So hello everyone and welcome to your video on how you can further integrate the SEMA exam blueprints as part of your management case study exam. So I'm Devansh, and as you guys already know, I'm going to be leading your management case study exam course. So it's only right for me to help you further integrate the SEMA exam blueprints and how you can study them in a very simple and easy way when you're studying with us. So let's begin. For any case study exam, there are three pillars: E2, P2, and F2. But for the management case study exam, the P2 pillar is known as a foundation pillar, and you need really strong knowledge from the P2 section to make sure that you are able to relate to and you are able to give an explanation when you are asked something specific in your exam. Because 35 to 40% of your marks in the management case study exam are based on your technical knowledge, which is the knowledge of E2, P2, and F2, but majorly P2 because this is where the chunk of your study is going to be for your management case study exam. So as you already know from my introduction video, the SEMA exam blueprints are something which is new introduced by SEMA under the 2019 syllabus. Now, SEMA says that any manager, a mid-level manager, which is your role in the management case study exam, must be able to fulfill 5 jobs. And those 5 jobs have been put under the heading of blueprints. They call them core areas. So for any finance manager, a mid-level manager, he should have 5 core areas as his skills to be able to complete his job. That's what they say. And the exam blueprints are nothing but what a manager is required to do. So the first core area is a manager must be able to evaluate opportunities that add value. Second, he must implement the decisions made by the senior manager. He must manage performance and costs, again adding value. He must measure the performance. He must manage internal and external stakeholders. So these are the 5 main jobs which have been identified as the major core areas for a manager. And you can see each and every one of the core activities has been given broadly similar percentages, similar weightage. So as I mentioned earlier, your knowledge from E2, P2, and F2 will form the basis of your exam. So these ICANN statements or these blueprints, these core areas are further going to take you to different parts of your E2, P2, and F2 syllabus, and you will understand or you will find out that okay, this core area can be broken down into the topics of certain areas that I have learned from E2, P2, and F2. So all the core areas, the 5 core areas, take you back to your E2, P2, and F2 revision. They are linked to your E2, P2, and F2 knowledge. For example, if you look at opportunities to add value, it can be broken down into the value creation process, the value chain that you learn in your E2 and P2 module. So that way, these blueprints or these core areas are broken down, taking you back to your syllabus from E2, P2, and F2. So to help you further, the core activities given by SEMA, for example, core activity number 1 is evaluate opportunities to add value. So that's core activity number A. Each and every core activity is further broken down, is further divided into I can statements, which are specific learning outcomes which you need to develop from your E2, P2, or F2 syllabus respectively. So the first one was evaluate opportunities to add value. It is further broken down into selecting appropriate capital appraisal investment techniques. So if you remember, is straight out of your P2 syllabus, where there are different appraisal techniques of NPV, IRR, payback, ARR. So if you go back to your P2 syllabus, that's where you need to gather the knowledge from, so that if they were to ask you in the exam to evaluate capital investment appraisal, or evaluate a table given to you which has different appraisal techniques mentioned, you can use your knowledge derived from the P2 syllabus, but with the help of these broken down ICANN statements. So these broken down ICANN statements are nothing but something which is just giving you an idea on where you have to study this particular topic from. So they will tell you that capital investment appraisal, study from P2. So then it's your job to have sound business knowledge or sound explaining skills to run through this P2 area, making sure you have it in mind, because your exam and the mock exams that you do with us are going to revolve around these ICANN statements and the blueprint areas which SEMA has identified. So these ICANN statements are very important for you to make sure that you have knowledge and you can use them as trigger ideas for your revision. For example, take I can explain pricing strategies. So if you again go back to P2, you remember there are different pricing strategies available. Cost differentiation, premium pricing, penetration pricing, whatever. There are different pricing strategies available. So it takes you back to your revision, which you will do with us from our revision notes. So these ICANN statements are nothing but trigger points that will help you develop the important knowledge that SEMA wants a middle level manager to have. So that's what the core areas and the ICANN statements are. I hope you've understood them. They are very simple and we've tried to put it in an easy way for you. Going forward, we have made it further easy for you by developing an ICANN statement explanation document. So this blueprint explanation is a one-of-a-kind document which is created by us to make sure that you address each and every core activity, which is further broken down into the ICANN statements, and you have it all ready in one place. So once you sign up with us, this is a 60 or 65 page document that will run you through each and every ICANN statement, taking it back to your E2, P2, F2 syllabus in a simple, easy, summarized way from the case study perspective. So you can revise from here, you can gain knowledge from here, and you don't have to go, here and there between our revision notes, because you have it all in one place. So let me show you how we do it. So the first activity, again, the core activity is evaluate opportunities to add value. So we put the heading as evaluate opportunities to add value. Under that, the first ICANN statement was identifying capital appraisal investment techniques. So we have done that for you by giving you an explanation of the investment process, the net present value in a simple tabulated form, the IRR, the modified IRR, and so on. We have explained the whole thing, of which I have just put a demo over here for you to see in a simple and easy way. So the entire ICANN statements, the entire blueprints have been explained by us and have been made ready by us for your revision, so that you can really gain knowledge on topics which SEMA considers as most important and which are going to be tested in your exam. Like we broke down core activity number A, core activity number C is also broken down, B is also broken down, D is also broken down. Each and every activity is broken down by us in a very simple tabulated form, which is part of our exam blueprints explanations, and which you will get once you sign up with us. So to summarize on how we want you to study, if you have read my introduction document, if you have gone through my introduction document, which I will first make you do when you sign up with us, It's very important that you first do the introduction, because that will guide you through the exam, tell you what's important, and also help you understand how you are supposed to study from our revision notes. Our revision notes are very simple, very interactive, and very specific to the case study. They will really help you gain your knowledge. Since P2 is the most important part, we will go through every single thing from our P2 notes, because we do not want to leave anything to chance. So first thing, you do the introduction video. Then you will be viewing this video right now. After viewing this video, you have a clear idea on what are the important parts of the exam. You then go on to revising P2 from my notes, the revision notes that we'll give you. And you don't study by yourself. You use the revision notes. Obviously, you go through them. You don't mug up anything. You just make sure that you can explain any topic in a simple and easy format. So that's what you do first. After you finish 5 chapters of revision from our notes, you will be doing a written case study quiz with us. Now, this quiz is something which will help you check your knowledge as well as develop your writing skills, because this exam is all about how you explain, how well you explain in simple English language. So after every 5 chapters, you are doing a quiz with us. After 5 chapters quiz of P2, you go back to P2, finish the rest of the chapters, then ask for quiz number 2. After revising and consolidating every part of P2, which is your base for the management case study, you take the I can statements document which I showed you. You will start revising from the I can statements document. So from the I can statements document, while you are revising it, you will come across E2 topics that are from E2, topics that are from P2, topics that are from F2. That's right, you will be learning something new, but it's important for you to go through it. After having done the I can statements, after having gone through the I can statements, you will go back, and similarly, the way you revised P2, you will revise E2 from the revision notes. Ask for the quizzes in time. After E2, you move on to P2. Remember, when you're doing your E2 and F2 revision, uh, you will receive topics that you have already done as part of your I can statements explanation, but treat it as an opportunity that you have, to consolidate your knowledge on important topics. So you first do the P2 notes revision, move on to the I can statements, go back to E2, then go back to F2. That's how we complete our revision. But remember, you have lots to do for your management case study exam. So as soon as you finish the I can statements with us, as soon as you finish revising the I can statements, we will start introducing you to the pre-scene, the specific pre-scene in case. We will start introducing you to what the company is, a whole detailed pre-scene analysis which will be given by us, and slowly then introducing you to mocks. But your revision on E2, P2 and F2 and the I can statements does not stop. It always keeps going on in the background. But subsequently, you are also learning about the company. You are also introduced to mocks while you are revising your knowledge. Because once you start with the mocks, you will further understand how you're supposed to study, and you will have covered a major chunk of your revision from P2 and the I can statements. So you're doing a lot of stuff simultaneously, which we will give you guidelines on, which we will give you, a scheduled timeline for. You don't have to worry, but just have to follow us. This exam is simple by the notes and by the revision and by the mocks that we give you, but obviously it requires a good 100% commitment from the students' end. So we always ask our students to sign up with us as early as possible, so that you can experience the full flexibility of our course, because you can see there is a lot to be done. There is a lot that needs to be gathered before you start writing mocks. So everything comes from us. It's just that you need to give us that support by being in touch with us regularly, because our personal attention is what matters. So after you view this recording, if you find it helpful, please do reach us and we'll help you sign up. You can finish and start your study today itself. Thank you so much, guys.